Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of B.A.A or Bounty Answers Anything. Today, we got a few good questions, so let's get right on into it. Our first comment is from Zigbrick Studios, who says, W1st Ep, what do you think about the Comic-Con exclusive sets? Should they be available to more people, or should they stay exclusive? This is a very good question, and there's a lot of things with it, but what I would say about the exclusive Comic-Con Lego sets is most of them are cool, like the Nebulon B frigate for the Star Wars theme, or some of the cool Comic-Con minifigures. And sometimes I think they were just made because Lego wasn't gonna put them in a normal set, so they were just like, hey, let's make these Comic-Con exclusives, but now, as we see, they have stopped doing that. And I think a company making con exclusives is not a bad thing and can be done in a good way. But I do think that the way Lego did them was pretty bad. And some of the ways they did them, like, if it was at the actual event, it was fine. But when they had, like, during COVID, like, the online exclusives, those were a nightmare to try and get, like the Nebulon and other things. So yeah, I would say Lego probably shouldn't have Comic-Con exclusive sets anymore, but if they do, I mean, can't stop them, But yeah, that is my take on it. They probably shouldn't, but they probably will again. But if Lego actually stays true to their word, they won't. So let's see. The next question is from Skyrin, who says, what's my favorite Lego Star Wars microfighter? My favorite microfighter is either the ARC 170 microfighter. I think that one actually looks pretty cool, and even though I don't own it, I think it is actually one of the better looking microfighters. And the other one I think is probably one of the best. It is a newer one, but the Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter microfighter. I think those two, to me, are probably some of the best looking microfighters and some of the best ones you could get or could have gotten. So yeah, that is my take. Breakstorm says, amazing episode 1. My B.A.A for episode 2 is, what is your dream Lego Star Wars set? So, I'm going to answer this question like I think you want me to answer it, but I'm going to do this like a set Lego has never made, like a dream Lego set that has never been made before. And for me, in terms of Star Wars, that would have to go to the Stinging Mantis or the Mantis from Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. I think that would be an amazing set. It would have some great minifigures like Cal, Marin, Grease, Seer, and stuff like that. So I think it would be an amazing set, and I would love to have that as a dream Lego set right there for sure. So Brickstorm asked me again another question. He says, what is your favorite Lego minifigure? And a bonus, what is my least favorite minifigure? So in terms of my favorite Lego minifigure, I actually am going to say 2 for you because it was kind of very hard for me to pick between these two. One is a newer figure and one is a very older figure, but I just really wanted to do both. So the first one is King Aragorn from Minas Tirith. I think it is a great minifigure. It has a lot of good detail, a lot of good design to it. But my next figure for a favorite minifigure of all time would have to be the tan General Grievous from Star Wars The Clone Wars sets. Like from the Malevolence and his Grievous Starfighter. I just think that one's really cool. Now, for my least favorite minifigure, I'm going to probably kind of disappoint some people that it's not something else. Or maybe people think it's an obvious choice. But I have to go with the Boba Fett that came out in both versions of Jango Fett's Slave 1 in 2025. I just think it is a terrible minifigure and a terrible representation of Boba, especially where they gave him like Dev's hair from Rebuild the Galaxy. It was really weird, and I don't know why they did that. So yeah, that's my favorite and least favorite minifigure. And Mayo Hosco says B.A.A versus ASA. I see how it is. You're even using gameplay footage while answering the questions. Enjoy this series. And I just wanted to say something about that one right there because, yeah, it is a little similar to ASA, but, Sky was like, you should make a series where you answer people's questions. I'm like, you know what? That sounds like a fun idea. And so I did it. And, we're on episode 2 right now, but we're going to get even bigger. But yes, like I responded to Mayo's comment there, I would want to say this. A little healthy competition is not a bad thing at all. And it will just help us keep growing and getting better. And it's like, we're friends. Me and Sky are friends. We will always be. And so it's like, yeah, it may be a little bit of a competition, but, truly we're having fun at the end of the day. So, yeah. Z comes back with another interesting question. Says, Bounty, what would your dream One Piece set be? Mine would be Luffy versus Kaido or Zoro versus Big Mom, kind of like an epic moment set. So, I have a few interesting ideas too. It's like, I love, like, what you said there. Like, of course, we need a Gear 5 versus Kaido. But I would also want, like, Marineford with, like, the Admirals and also the 7 Warlords. We could also have, Luffy versus Crocodile on Alabasta, but maybe or even Luffy's using his blood to defeat Crocodile. The Enies lobby like diorama, but are all standing and supporting Nico Robin. Having a Brook minifigure would be cool. The Super Frankie robot, maybe a giant Big Mom buildable character. Rob Lucci versus Luffy. Maybe even a Boa Hancock buildable figure. There's a lot of cool ideas that, I would want to see. So, yeah. That's a few One Piece ideas I have off the top of my head for you. And maybe Lego if the live action gets to these points. Breakstorm asks, what film plus TV show are you most excited to see in the next few years? Now, this may be a little bit of cheating, but I want to see both the final few episodes right now of season 3 of House of the Dragon and the final season, which will be season 4. And then, like I said, this might be a little bit of cheating, but the next thing would be also from the Game of Thrones universe, Night of the Seven Kingdoms season 2. I'm really excited for those, and it's like, and then the previous episode I've said, I like Invincible, Daredevil, stuff like that, but out of new shows that I'm really excited for, a lot in the Game of Thrones universe right now, for sure. And the final question of B.A.A Episode 2 is from Skyrim. Do I like chocolate milk? Yes, I love chocolate milk. It is delicious. It is one of the best milks. But I do love strawberry milk as well. Very good, very good. But, yeah, that is literally all of our questions today. So, thank you all for watching episode 2 of Bounty Answers Anything. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, if you want to leave more questions, you can always comment in the comment section below, or follow me on Instagram, or I will have tagged in the description of this video. So yeah, thank you all for watching. It means a lot, and I'm glad everyone enjoyed the first episode and thought it was really good. Always great to hear that. So thank you all, and I will talk to you next time for episode 3 in 2 weeks. Thank you all. Bye bye.